Welcome back, everyone. It's Wednesday afternoon, so we are on the Eaglemoss Build the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. This is stage 5, still in issue 3, so issue 3, part 3. And we are starting on the transmission and gearbox. So here is the kit for this week. Largely die-cast parts. 2 bags of screws, DM and EM screws. DM and EM screws there. So we'll get started. Stage 3. Stage 5. There we go. There's that. Now these plastic bag kits are quite a bit easier to open, obviously, than the cardboard, with the one downside being that the plastic bag is tough to see anything through, so I've been opening them and photographing them ahead of time because they don't look very good. Okay, so all of these pieces are painted in a blue, dark blue color, and with the exception of these little T pieces, I believe this is all die cast. Oh, the oil pan here. Oil pan here is also plastic. So, step 1 is to take the gearbox connector and attach it to, actually that's the bell housing. Attach the gearbox connector, the short one. We've got 2 T's, this is the little one. And attach it to the inside of this with DM screws. It appears to be symmetrical, so there's no concern about which way goes which way. So 2 DM screws, and we'll get this installed. So again, Wednesday afternoon. How's that going for everybody? It's still August, the worst month of the year, every year. This has been a struggle so far this month. It's not good. It's never good. August is terrible, in my experience. I was going to put this together wrong, so it's a good thing I'm figuring this out. So it's interesting, because this is die cast. It's just a very small piece. So this, I thought was plastic, this little piece. And it's a metal screw going into it, and that made me stop and think about it. And it's got the weight. Yeah, if we'll zoom in, there we go. It does actually have the weight of a piece of die cast. It's just tiny. So this actually goes with the screws through the housing and into the end of this. I wasn't paying that much attention. So, almost screwed up right away. That's August for you. That's how August works. So, try to get this secure. We'll get them both started, and that'll help us make sure everything is lined up, and then we can crank it down. Okay. So, that's actually going on the top. Come on, we can focus. There we go. It's going on the top of that, screwing in from the underside. And already this screw is trying to chew itself apart. Let's see what I can do. We're going to have to try to back this out and replace it already. Okay. Need to get a pair of pliers. We'll extract this one and we'll try again. I don't know what happened here. Okay, so with the screw out and a change of screwdriver, let's see if this goes a little bit better this time. Make sure I back out any swarf that's being generated by this. That may have been why it was a problem. It's getting there. Still a little loose. What the heck? This just does not want to tighten up. But these screws don't want to cut any further. Yep. I don't know. Well, this is strange. It really shouldn't be this much effort. I think that's as good as I'm gonna get it. And it's not great. Okay, well, let's move on. So next is this piece with the longer T. This is going to be an inside piece this time. So this fits, this is two pieces. We got a disc with a curved bit, screw holes on the back, and this longer T. And this is actually going to fit through and screw in so that the end is extended through. This also takes DM screws. 2 of them. So, again, using a Japan drive instead of a Phillips seems to fit the screw a little better. I'm going to be real careful clearing any chips out of these. I don't know what else to do. I still don't know why I can't get the other one tighter. That hurt. I just stabbed myself with a screwdriver. I'm sure a lot of people are, well, the handful of people watching I'm sure wish that I had stabbed myself more severely. Good for them. Okay, well this piece at least is nice and tight. And I really wish that I could improve this one. Because they have to go together, and I'm not going to be able to get to these screws later. It's a little better than it was a minute ago. Yeah, okay, that's as good as I'm ever going to get it. So, next we start putting the housing on this. Nope, I'm wrong. Next we put these two pieces together. So, they go so that the curve, if we're looking at this leg, the curve is going to face down from there. So it's going to look like that. And this uses the other set of screws, the EM screws, which are shorter. And this is going to take 3 of these. We'll start there. Now, I mentioned I'm using a Japan drive screwdriver now instead of a Phillips head, and the difference is pretty small. It's the shape on the end of the bit, how flat it is, how pointy it is. So sometimes you can get a better contact with these because they'll fit more completely into the grooves cut, but it really depends on how the screw head itself was cut. And you can't always tell with a screw that you didn't buy yourself, looking at it, how it's going to fit. You kind of have to try both. And most of the time I assume that things that are not in electronics are not going to be the J screwdrivers, but every once in a while they are. So, or sometimes they just fit better anyway. So now that that is attached, now we go when we actually start building the rest of the housing around this. So, the first side of this is the one that has the posts. The second side of this, same kind of looking on the outside because it's 2 halves. The second side has the places where the posts will land, so you can see the difference there. So this is attached with my remaining DM screw. I have 2 left because I used 1, so I would have had 2 spares, but I spared it out already. And this does go on so that that tab that's sticking out is away from the piece. Okay, then the other half goes on using EM screws. This is going to secure the whole thing together. So This is going to go on. We have that built. This is going to go on top. Secure it together. 2 EM screws. Okay, so that goes on. So now we have a large part of a gearbox. We have this open bit on the bottom, which is going to get a, I think it's meant to be an oil pan. Yep, affix the oil pan to the bottom. And the oil pan is not symmetrical because it has the spot for the drain plug there. So that is going to face away from the tongue on the other bit. But it's actually keyed, that's nice of them. There's a, if you can focus here, there's a little cutout right in here that fits on that tab. So if I try to put it on the other way, yeah, it really doesn't fit. So, here we go. Last EM screw for today's build. Goes in here. What's that on? So that gets us the gearbox. And obviously this gets set aside, and I believe next week the engine starts attaching to this. So, Stage 5 build, that's what your completed build should look like. That's what we have. I think we're good. As always, we do these Ecto-1 builds on Wednesdays. If you're interested in watching more of this, or if you missed any episodes, the playlist will be up in the corner. We also do the DeLorean from Back to the Future on Saturdays, and that playlist is available as well if you want to check that out. So, have a good one, guys.